Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. I hope you're all doing well. So I'm back to work on this little craft along that we've been doing together. Using the Your Creative Studio box. We're piecing together these envelopes and this Amazon packaging to create some kind of like interactive folio thing. So today I want to focus on building up this part of it. So this is the Amazon packaging that I've got. It's basically just a pouch, and this is what's going to have the journal inside, and then the envelopes are going to be on the top, just in case you've not seen the first making of video or the introduction video. So I want to start by just gluing this flap closed inside. I'm sorry, I'm casting a load of shadows today because it is tipping it down with rain today. So it's very dark in here. Yeah, it's absolutely chipping it down. We've had such nice weather recently, but then we had a storm the other day, and then it became, well, the rain after. Okay, so I've just tucked that inside. Eventually I'm going to line the inside of this pouch with some nice cardstock or something. But for now, what I want to do is I want this to cover this whole piece. And I'm thinking the best way that I'm going to do that is with book pages, music sheets, and other neutral scraps. So I've, raided my scrap box. And of course I want to have these envelopes attached to the front. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, and if it wasn't clear from the way I'm talking, this is very much a craft along. I'm making it up as I go along. I had an idea, I'm going with the idea, I've never made one. So very much a craft along. Anyway, so I want to have these flaps on here, but obviously I want to use the book pages to cover up the hinged part. But I also want to cover up the edges along here. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is stop my talking, and I think what I'm going to do is just start putting scraps that can then sort of like fold over the edge like this, and just get the edges done first. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not inking anything, I've already decided, because I want everything to just blend in and, be quite fresh and clean, not detract from the pretty papers that I'm using on the envelopes and everything. So like I say, let's just go for it. So I'm just going to bend that round, and I'm using the glue stick. I'm thinking if anything starts coming up, then I'll get that down with a better glue afterwards, but for the most part I'm going to use glue stick for most of it. And like I say, I just want to focus on getting the edges sorted. So I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for joining me. I hope you're enjoying this project. I know it's a bit out there. It's a bit it's probably been done, but I couldn't tell you who might have done a project like this, because as I say, the idea just kind of walked into my head. Okay, so I'm going to get some of this done on screen. I'm not going to do the whole lot of it on video because it is just a lot of gluing and sticking. I know some of you enjoy watching it, but honestly, these videos get the most downvotes, the most thumbs downs of any video that I do, these making of videos. So I get to the point where I just think, I'm just going to do what I think is right, and you can either, watch or fast forward or what have you. But hey, hopefully this will be a good way to use up our scraps. And obviously I'm keeping the scraps quite big. I don't want like little piddly bits of paper, because I don't want to, little pieces of paper can become vulnerable, especially on the outside of a journal. Now I haven't decided whether I'm going to stitch around part of this or not. I haven't figured that part out yet. I kind of want to, so that I know everything is like safely down, but I don't know if that is the right approach or not. Oh, sorry, I'm a bit croaky this morning. It's first thing in the morning. I say first thing, it's 9 AM, but I've not been up, you know, I've been up about an hour or so, and I'm not a morning person, so I'm a bit croaky this morning. So yeah, as I say, I'm just going around the edges, and notice on this side I did the inside of that section, because obviously I don't want to close the envelope up, because that would be silly. Okay, so this one I'm going to come in the corner like this, and then I'm going to just fold that corner over like so, so I can get a nice neat corner where I can, if the glue will let me. That's it. And then anything that doesn't look great I can just cover up with book corners or what have you, but I kind of want those corners to be nicely done. Hopefully you saw what I was doing there. I realise I'm probably off screen. So yeah, we're just going to go around like that basically, and hopefully we'll like the outcome. But I thought the reason to use the neutral, you know, music sheets, book pages, etc. A is because I have plenty of them, and B is because then I was thinking the you know, the nice pretty papers and envelopes will stand out more. That's what I was thinking. I think I might need to go get another glue stick, you know. Can't believe it. I'm determined to use as much of this as I can, but I might need to go get another one because, yeah, I don't think anything's coming out now, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to do another corner. Hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing better this time. So I'm going to come along there. Now I have to be careful with some of these pages because they might end up ripping in the corners. So I'm probably going to end up using book corners. But that's fine because I think that will give it a nice look anyway. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to use book corners, but that's fine. So yeah, I'm just going to go along the edges like so. So I'm probably going to pause here because it is just me getting all the edges down. And then I'll come back and we will carry on. The next step will be to get the envelopes on, and then we'll need to cover up with book page over the flaps of the envelopes. But as I say, I just want to get the all these edges down, so I haven't got that, you know, the brown card from Amazon and everything. And you know, the book pages, they're nice and pliable, so you know, when we need to bend them around corners and things, we can do that quite easily. So yeah, I think this idea is working. So I'm going to carry on, just get this first layer done, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's all done. It didn't take me long at all to do those last bits. As I say, I'm just doing the edges for now. This part in here, can you see where the envelope dips slightly? So that's part of the reason why I wanted to use the book pages, because they're quite pliable. So all I did was simply just got the glue on there and just like tucked it in, and then got my bone folder and kind of did this on the edges so that it would like follow the groove of the envelope. So we've got that nice little dip. And then anything that isn't covered or looks hinky, we can cover up with some gilding or some paint or something, inking, book corners, you know, there's all types of things that we can do like that. Okay, so grab my envelopes. Now, I partly need to remember which way round these were going. So those were the middle ones, that was a top one, that was a top one. So I'm just going to piece them together the way that I was going to have them. So again, excuse my croaky throat here. So we had them like this, and then this and this. So I'm just trying to work out what should be the first envelope to glue down. And actually, I think it needs to be these top ones, because I think I need those to go underneath these bottom envelopes like that. Yeah, okay, so we're going to start with these top ones. Excuse me. Okay, so as I said, already decorated in the first part of the series. So I'm going to use my art glitter glue just because I trust it enough. But I'm not going to overload it with glue because I don't want to make my envelope flaps weak. Like, I don't want to get them too wet. And then I want this one to be middle, and I want it to be as far over to that edge as I can. I think I actually want to go up a little bit. That's it. But I don't want it to overhang the edge of my envelope, so I'll bring it up in a minute. I just want to make sure that it's straight. Let's check that. Just checking that the actual envelope itself is straight as well. Okay, so can you see what I've done? Well, you're not going to be able to see. There we go. So I've got the tiniest little edge. Yeah, so it's not completely hanging on the edge, but it's in by like, you know, 1/10 of a millimeter, if that, like, you know, the tiniest amount. So it's going to be out of the way, but it's not going to get, you know, I don't want it hanging over because I don't want it getting bashed on the side, if that makes sense. Okay, so then we've got this one. So this one, I'm wondering whether I should hook it inside of the pouch. Just trying to decide so that we can see those butterflies. Yeah, I think we do. So this one, I'm going to hook inside of the pouch like that. And again, I just want to make sure that it's in line with this one. So let's get that done. Again, not overloading it with too much wet glue. Oh, I've glued the wrong side. Oh, get me tissue. Yeah, I need to glue the other side of it, don't I? Yes, I need to glue this side, not this side, because we're putting it inside the envelope. Oh, goodness. Let's try that again. So this time we're gluing the other side of that flap. Like I said, very much a craft along, very much a, this is how I think I should do it. And, you know, I'm very much using trash, so this is just what I like to do, have a bit of a play around with things. Okay, let's just check that. Yeah. Just getting rid of any excess glue. So this part, you know, if you're going to follow along with this at all, you want to sort of take your time over it, because you want to make sure that you know, the envelopes are straight and in line and where you want them to be, and everything. So I'm going slow. Obviously I've not done the back of that because I want to do some kind of picture or collage on it to make it more interesting. Okay, so we've got those. So now we've got this one, which is going to come on the inside here. And we've got this one, which is going to come here. So the reason, in case you're wondering, the reason we started from the top envelopes is because if I use this one as an example, when I come to glue this one, again, I want to come in from the edge so that the envelope doesn't get bashed. But because of that, can you see we're having to glue it on top of the other flap? Whereas if we had done this one last, this one would have been glued over this envelope. Does that make sense? So like I say, you know, take your time with it, and all will become clear as you work on it. Just take your time, and you know, if you have to sort of double check things, it's one of those things, it's like they say in well, all kinds of DIY, isn't it, of just measure twice, cut once kind of thing. Well, this is sort of, you know, double check your envelopes twice, 3 times, 10 times in my case, before gluing. That's that. Again, I'm just making sure that everything is nicely where I want it. And again, I've come in from the side of that envelope pouch again. So I'll just bring it up. I'm flapping all over the place. And you see just that teeny tiny little lip there. I don't know if that's the right approach, but it's the way I'm doing it. So now this one, I'm not going to put it inside here. Firstly, because this envelope is there, but also because I have that little lip, the little like corner, the slope of the envelope, and I don't want to interfere with that. So this one, I'm going to glue like I did the first two, these two, where we're just going to glue the flap down on top of the envelope and not tuck it inside. This one's got a bigger flap, so do that. And obviously all of this will be covered up with the more book pages. More book pages. Okay, so I'm just making sure everything's in line. That's it. And again, I'm just coming in a little bit from the edge. That's why I wanted to do the book pages first, because I knew that I was going to have a little bit of the packaging showing on the edges, and I didn't want it to be, you know, brown Amazon packaging. I thought the book pages would be a lot nicer to look at. So that one, and this one. I have to keep reminding myself which way round we're going. That's that, lovely. Yeah, looking good. It's functioning. Okay, so we've got that. Okay, and then open those up. And then this one is exactly the same as before, just the other way around. So again, I'm not going to go inside the envelope of this one because we've got that corner there. So again, we're just going to go ahead and glue the flap down. Sorry if I go quiet occasionally, I'm just really making sure that I'm gluing things straight and, well, straight-ish and where I want them. Okay, lovely. Just get there. Okay. And again, I'm just double checking everything to make sure that I'm, you know, gluing things sensibly. But yeah, it's working. It is working so far. And also I'm just making sure that things are straight as I go as well. And then last but not least, we've got this one. I still haven't decided whether to add, like originally I made this like window thing to go on the front. I think we did that in the first part of the series. I'm not going to add it yet because I don't know if I've changed my mind. Originally I was adding it because I thought having the envelopes like this would be too much, would be overkill. You know, a lot of colour, a lot of orange and pink. But actually I'm quite liking it. Quite liking it as is, to be honest. Okay, so are we functioning? I believe so. Oh, that looks really nice, doesn't it? I'm glad that I did things as, you know, The only thing is that one is slightly, you know, slightly out of line, but I don't think it's terribly noticeable. I think this envelope is slightly taller than this one. I haven't got that problem up there. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's a handmade project, it really doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm actually really liking that. Originally I thought it would be too much. You know, there's a lot of colour there. But I'm quite liking it, actually. I don't know. I have to have a think whether to add that final piece or not. So in case you are wondering what I'm talking about, I am talking about this piece. So this was gonna hook in here. I do like it. And then it's got like a little pocket on the back. I'm going to have a think about it though. I think I want to sit with the project for a while now that we've got it all built up together. I think I want to just sit with things for a bit and just double check whether that's the way I want to go or not. So yeah, I'm going to hold off for now because, you know, sometimes you can change your mind. Okie dokie, so those are all of the envelopes. Obviously, you know, nothing's completely finished yet. But now what we want to do is go through and just cover up the envelope flaps and really just carry on with the book pages and music sheets. So, you know, we're just going to come along like that. And, you know, that's partly why I used the decorative washi, because I knew part of that would be on show. So, yeah, I'm just going to... I'll go for a little bit just to show you what I'm doing, and then I'll pause again just because yeah, I kind of want to get this project done in just a couple of videos rather than you know, keep on going forever and ever. So yeah, and then I'm getting a straight edge because obviously I don't want this paper, whatever I end up using, I don't want it to get in the way of my envelope flaps from them opening and closing. So I'm just gonna, yeah, go along like this, and fingers crossed it all works out. You know, that's the thing with craft alongs is your guess is as good as mine as to whether it works out or not. But that's the whole fun of all of this, like, you know, that's what my channel is for, is just to say you can have these different, interesting, unique ideas. Now, I'm not saying no one has done this, but I haven't seen anything. If you have, let me know. Leave me a comment, you know, send me a link to the video or whatever, because, you know, I would want to see if somebody has done this before. But, you know, what I mean is you can have a unique to you, new to you kind of idea. And what am I trying to say? And just make it up as you go along. Like, there's no issue with that. You know, sometimes you can watch videos and obviously they know exactly what they're going to show you because they've made it before. And, you know, you don't get the chance to see, like, things that they wish they'd done differently, I suppose. It's kind of what I want my channel to be, is it's the the real side of crafting, of just you know, you do make it up as you go along and you do figure things out and everything. You know, I don't want to lose that part of my channel, you know. Anyway, I know what I'm talking about. I'm getting all the big pieces done first, and then if I think anything looks too boxy with the book pages, then, you know, we can go in with extra papers. So yeah, as I say, I'm just really just covering up those envelope flaps, but as I say, making it being very conscious not to cover over where it folds, because I don't want to influence the fold of the envelope in any way, because, you know, they're lying very nice and I want to keep it that way. And I'm kind of doing each envelope separately because, again, I don't want to affect the fold in any way. As I say, there's possibly other ways that you could have done this, but you could have even like painted the envelope, you know, done some mixed media on it or something. That's obviously not my forte. It's not something that I mean, I enjoy it when I do it, but I wouldn't want to do it on video because there's so many layers to it. I feel like I'd much rather just have a play at home on my own with that kind of stuff. But that's because, you know, I'm not used to it myself, whereas, you know, other people are amazing at it, you know. So yeah, you know, you could paint it. You could, you know, there's lots of things that you could do to cover up the packaging. This is just the way that I've decided to do it. Okay, so I will carry on. I will pause here because I just want to go around basically filling in all of the gaps front and back wherever I can see Amazon packaging. Just want to cover that over with the book pages, and then I'll come and do the next part with you. So I'll be right back. Okay, so that's all of the book pages done. So I've just gone around, covered everything, and then the inside here is all covered up as well. Okay, so the next step is when we open up all these envelopes, I wanted there to be something in here that you open it up to find. And I've got this from the Your Creative Studio. This is the, these are the sticker sheets. And I was thinking to use this packaging that came from a previous Your Creative Studio box because colouring wise, obviously it goes very well. So I'm going to have that, I think, and then, you know, because then we've got this nice picture of the flowers in the middle. And then I was just looking through my papers and I have this really nice piece of scrapbooking paper that, although it's obviously in a different colourway, it goes really well with these two pieces here. Hopefully you can see that. Obviously everything wants cutting down properly, but the colouring wise it just goes really well. So that's what I'm gonna work towards. I'm just making sure I've got room on my desk. So first things first, I'm going to cut off this green border because I don't want that on there. So I'm just going to cut across there, and of course I'm keeping all of my scraps because I'm sure there's ways to use them. So height wise, I don't want to come in anymore. I'm just, you know, seeing how it looks because I want the edging all the way round. But I think I do want to come in at the sides. So I'm going to come here, and then I want to do the same on the other side, so that you know, that square in the middle is still central. Just a bit more. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to take off any more. I think that's just fine. Okay, so that's that part done. Right, so I'm just going to get these pieces inked because I do want these to stand off against each other. Just like in the first part, I'm using tea dye ink because it's got this nice slightly orangey blush tone to it, which is going very nicely with the, you know, the oranges of the papers. So I had hoped that this would be, you know, the final video, but I do think I'm going to have to come back and do a part 3 because, yeah, there's a few more steps to this than I realised, really. Okay, so this is a sticker, but I am going to add glue to it as well. So I'm just going to take off the backing. And I'm going to use Floral because obviously I want to get this straight down, and the Floral will just give me the Oh, actually, that doesn't feel... Oh, that's really weird. It doesn't feel like a sticker on the back. That's not... Oh, I don't know. Maybe they're not stickers. I don't know what they are then. Either way, it's paper I can use. But yeah, I thought they were stickers, but well, that's really confused me now. Oh, I don't know what that is. Might have to ask Amanda from your creative studio and say, like, you know, what are these actually intended for? These parts of the papers. Now I'm just going to stand up because I want to make sure that I'm getting this you know, central. So the good thing with the cloud is it gives you the wiggle room, so if you don't get it exactly where you want it first go, you can just kind of maneuver it until you're happy. Now I probably could have gotten a few more layers in here. Sorry, I know my voice is probably quite loud up here. You know, I could have gotten some texture in there maybe, but because it's going under all the envelopes, I kind of wanted it to be still flat, you know, still something that you find when you undo all the envelopes, but yeah, I thought flat was best because otherwise the envelopes might you know, might kick up and everything. So I do need to go around and get some of those edges a bit better. I don't go to the edge with the Collal because it's quite a wet glue, and it can, you know, spurt out everywhere. So, okay. And then we also want to attach this to the packaging, and that's really just to give us its card, so it'll be nice and sturdy. Give some protection to those envelope flaps as well. But also it's a really nice sort of vintagey border. And of course, we get to use some trash. Our favourite thing. So yeah, this one I am going to use the art glitter glue because the packaging is a little bit shiny, just a tad glossy, and you know, I don't know how well the Collal will work. Okay, so again, I'm just going to stand up. That edge, isn't it? Does not want to glue down. Oh, that's looking lovely. Really lovely. So yeah, I just need to get some glue in a few places, but I always go around everything afterwards anyway, because, you know, yeah, lots of gluing. Okay, so that's that, and then that is going to go, as I said, once you open up all these envelopes, the idea is then you'll have this at the back, just for something to find, look at. It doesn't serve a purpose. I mean, like, you know, I could have turned it into some kind of pocket or something, but because we've got the book pages behind there and all the scraps and things, I didn't want to slide anything in that might get caught on the book pages. So, you know, we've got, this is going to be a belly band, same here, a little tuck spot here and here, that kind of thing. So really this is just the decorative, something decorative to look at. So I'm going to use two glues for this. I'm going to use the Collal just to get the middle without getting glue all over my hands. Yeah, it was a shame. I was going to use this as some kind of journaling card because, yeah, I even love the packaging. You know, it's really pretty. This was from a previous box, as I say. But yeah, like I said, it gave that really nice vintagey background. I didn't have anything else that would suit. So then I thought, oh, I'm going to have to use this, but it's going to look really pretty, I think. Certainly coming together, considering this was a project that, well, in case anyone's wondering, I think I probably said in one of the previous videos, sometimes I would just sit with packaging or envelopes or stuff. I'll just grab a load of stuff and I'll just sort of sit there and have a play. And then the doorbell goes and our dog goes ballistic. No, I'll just have a bit of a play, and then sometimes, you know, it will either turn into a project that I come and do, or it doesn't. You know, not every playtime results in something you can actually make. But in this case, I sat down and yeah, it did sort of turn into a project that I thought we could do. Sorry, I've just got glue on there, I think. There we go. Right, so that's that. As I say, I probably need to get in with the art glitter glue just in places, but you know, for now you get the idea of, you know, what I was trying to achieve there. It's a little bit straight. It's you know, very straight edges, which is not so much me. But as I say, I just felt like there needed to be some kind of picture or something that you discover at the end of all these envelopes. So that's kind of what I went with. So I'm trying to decide whether to end the video there or carry on. I think I will end it because we have done, you know, I think that's probably a good half an hour or something that we've done today. And I don't want to overload anyone if they are following along or genuinely trying to get something out of these craft alongs. So I'll end the video there. On the next part, we need to do these strings between here. We need to do the belly bands and tuck spots. I don't know if I'm doing the collage on video. I haven't quite decided because I don't really know what I want to do yet. And then we should probably do something more interesting with the back. So yeah, I will have a think of the next step, I suppose. And then yeah, I will come back and do one last video. And then of course we've still got the journal to do. This was the scrapbooking paper I pulled out, but I don't know if this is too pink now because I've got quite a lot of orange in there, so I might change out that for something else. But either way, it will just be a, you know, folded card with pages stitched in. So I hope you've enjoyed part 2. As I say, I'll come back for part 3. Hopefully it won't be too long of a video. But yeah, I'm hoping that you're now sort of seeing the idea come together of what I had in my head. And yeah, I still need to have a think about whether I'm going to add this or not. I'm in two minds, honestly. I really am. Part of me thinks I should because I feel like it just sort of tones down that orange a bit, so you just sort of see glimpses of it. The other part is like, I quite like that it's colourful and vibrant and screams summer, doesn't it? Certainly doesn't scream summer looking out the window, but you know, we can dream, can't we? Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye for now. Have a lovely rest of your week and day, and we'll speak soon.